Hey, I'm Duke on Twitch. If you want to support the channel and greensunzenith.com, you can find my Patreon, merch store, and singles store where you can buy singles through TCG Player or Card Hoarder in the video description. If you want to get in contact, you can also find all that info in the description below for things like donation deck lists or just wanting to reach out. Alright, let's get right into it.
Cool.
Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with BANT Initiative and a very special guest in Maxtorion from MinMax blog. Hey Max, how are you going?
Dukes, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. How are you?
Very well, thank you. This list definitely caught my eye. It's a Noble Hierarch list, so straight away I was enthralled, but with BANT being probably my favorite color combination in Magic, this list looks really, really nice. It looks, just from sort of a paper perspective, it looks really consistent. And obviously, as you were talking with me before this, it looks like it was kind of positioned in a way to beat a certain metagame. Do you want to run through kind of how you came upon BANT as the color combination, and how you've been going with it?
Yeah, that's definitely. So, as a bit of background, I designed this deck for the Legacy Showcase Championship. I think that's what they call it. It's the very small, like 20-something player tournament where the winner qualifies for the Mox and the Pro Tour and the whatever. It's the one that if you top 8, one of the big challenges you qualify for. So that tournament. And so this was right when BANT Initiative was, all the rage. Behind the scenes, XJ Cloud and I were actually working on the BANT Initiative deck with a couple of our friends, Lou and Il, Jason Murray, and Eddie Zamora, Yosoi Easy. And also Callum Smith and Francis Cooper were in there and providing like some testing advice and all of that. And so we basically, we broke the initiative deck with the Touch of the Spirit Realm. Actually, I got to the finals of the Showcase Challenge on an alt account. He was basically trying to kind of help Luinil get in, who just missed at X2 and ended up, just accidentally getting to the finals. But since the cat was out of the bag on the absolutely busted version of the deck that we had come up with, I then was kind of in the tank trying to beat it. And something that Francis had come up with was this like blue-white Squadron Hawk Stoneblade deck, which was just very, straight out of 2010.
Yeah,
And the idea behind that deck was that he was, just playing infinite blockers and removal and eventually attacking through. And I kind of took his idea there and paired it with, the fact that initiative creatures are best when you accelerate them out, and found Noble Hierarch to be the sweet spot between the two. So you've got Noble Hierarch able to accelerate out a turn 2 White Plume Adventurer. Of course, White Plume Adventurer can then untap the Noble Hierarch on your opponent's upkeep, so you can even gain extra mana that way if you need to plow something or brainstorm. And so I got this deck going, and I noticed that it pretty much destroys white initiative. Say that you play a Noble Hierarch, they play an initiative creature, you then plow their creature and you attack with Noble Hierarch, you now have the initiative. On top of that, Stoneforge Mystic for Kaldra is great at taking the initiative. Trunian Nemesis is great at both taking and holding the initiative. Ice Fang Coddle, as well as like a flash threat, is good at either trading with a creature they didn't expect to trade, or flashing in to then steal the initiative. So this deck was very, very, very well positioned against initiative. And given the contents of the deck, pretty 50-50 against Delver. So you'll notice that like in the initial list I played, Batterskull was in the main and Kaldra was in the sideboard. That was a concession to Delver and expecting like almost no combo. So between all of that, that's kind of how I ended up constructing the list.
Nice. One card that I thought might be in here, and I've seen others talk about, is Days, which is obviously a pretty nice card when you have cards like Noble Hierarch,
Yeah, it's a great card. This deck, a few things about it. One of which is that if you'll notice, the mana base is very basic heavy,
Hmm.
and oftentimes you'll want to lead on basic forest into Hierarch, which of course Daze does not back up. And so you need to play the basics to play Coddle. So that's kind of a must. And so at that point, I think it excludes Daze from being a card you can reasonably play
Yeah, that's
in
a
this
great point.
particular shell. And I wanted to play Coddle, so I couldn't play Daze. If
Yeah,
you
and
decide that you don't need Coddle and you want to just kind of put like Green Sun Zenith in that slot, um, just like for like, you know, a Dryad Arbor or what have you, and some extra mana dorks or some, I don't know, whatever it is, then yeah, you can play some Dazes. Because in that point, you're going to cut the basics out of your deck, and then you can Daze.
yeah, it's very true. Do you find yourself going for the basic plan early on and kind of just going for the jewels when you're kind of really pressured on mana?
I think it depends a lot on the opening hand, and depends a lot on if I think I'm going to need to quickly give a Quaddle Death Touch.
Hmm.
With the Death Touch being, you know, a big consideration there.
Yeah, but I guess as you said, like having a flying Death Touch creature against Delver and also a flash flying creature against White Plume, which are two of the big decks you're targeting, is just so good that I can definitely see that if I did want to play Days, but I had to take out Ice Fang, I'd probably question that pretty heavily because Ice Fang seems really well positioned, especially as a creature that replaces itself straight away. That if it trades with, say, a Swords or a Bolt, you're pretty happy with that.
Right, exactly. So that was the impetus for the deck, like as it was designed. And of course, the prismatic endings are there because it's a good Magic card. I don't really have too much I can say about them that adds value. They're just good on their own right.
Yeah. What sort of matchups would you not want to run into when playing this sort of list in a league?
When playing the dedicated version of this, like the actual like dedicated like list as I had it, I would not want to run into fast combo at all. I designed the like Doomsday as a probably a, 20% matchup. It was not designed to be Doomsday.
Okay.
Or like Storm combo or anything like that. It would fall flat on its face. It had some tools in place to beat Reanimator, kind of tangent to Elves in that regard, but
Yeah.
not looking great on that either.
Yeah, that's
So
fair. I think you need to pick your battles, and as a Maverick player, that's always hard to do because when you're given something like a Green Suns package, you kind of want to have like an answer for everything. But I do like the idea of focusing in on, say, like the winners metagame and building your deck out that way.
thanks. Yeah, that was essentially the plan.
Nice. Let's take it through a league. Um,
Yeah, let's do it.
I think my only
So
other
yeah,
question
there's
is kind of what are you looking for in an opening?
um it depends. There's a lot of different openings that work. You know, you've got your like Noble Hierarch into 3-drop openings. You've got your cantrip heavy openings. You basically want to have an opening with a game plan and an opening that's kind of cohesive in that regard. But then you're not too locked into exactly what that opening is, if you know what I mean. Like you're pretty flexible on exactly. You don't need the hierarch, but hierarch into 3-drop helps. You don't want like 3 lands, 2 hierarchs, and a source of plowshares. That's not really that's too piddly for this deck. So you kind of like try to find like a balanced hand,
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I like that a lot. I played with XJ on Saturday, the mono white version, and the
Mm-hmm.
theme of the deck is pretty much, turn on initiative creature if you can, so you are mulliganing pretty aggressively. But this deck, yeah, has a lot more ways of keeping a turn one hand. Like you have your Stoneforge Mystic package, you have your threats in Uru or True Name, so I feel like you probably don't have to mulligan so aggressively with an initiative deck like this.
Right, yeah, it keeps hands like a blue deck. Even though it has the initiative, it's not like you don't mull like in like a stompy deck. You're a ponder deck and you're trying to keep sevens, but there are some playable hands that you just don't want to keep.
Yes. Any big plans for min-max in 2023?
That's a great question. Not at the moment, but also not opposed. We'll kind of see where the year takes us, you know?
Yeah, I really enjoyed your YouTube content where both of you would stream or record and play against each other with different decks.
So yeah, min max battles.
Yeah,
I love, absolutely adored playing those. So yeah, I would love that.
that was sweet. Especially to get both sides. It was really cool. You could
Mhm.
watch a match or a game and then watch it from the other side and then go back and forth.
Yeah, I'll see if we can get Min to do more of those. He was generally the if he's able to be playing it, then I am able to be jamming it too.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. So this hand, um, pretty borderline. Like the hierarch is almost a mulligan in a sense, but I think it's a keep just based off of the fact that like if you eliminated the hierarch from the hand, it would still be a keep, and we have a brainstorm. So
Yeah,
this is the kind of hand where I just go basic island pass.
nice. Perfect. Yeah, this is a luxury that I don't usually have is not having to play with the hand that you draw.
Yeah,
So yeah, being able to put back
exactly.
like late game noble hierarchs or even keeping them to make like your initiative creature bigger than theirs is pretty sweet when it comes to exalted and
Yes.
combat damage.
Yeah, that is definitely a nice thing there.
Preordain was one top, one bottom.
Okay, so yeah, let's go island pass. I'm expecting combo here, as I'm sure are you.
Yeah, Preordain has kind of fallen off the radar. So usually it's like quite a like
Yeah,
an actual combo deck, not like a half and half style deck.
and nothing fair is happening here.
Yeah, gone are the days where you see sort of Preordain within a deck like Blue Red Delver.
Yeah. Now they have expressive iteration, so why would you bother? Oh yeah, okay, so I'm thinking Ant at this point. Given that Doomsday usually plays personal tutor over Preordain, and if they're playing Preordain, they're playing one.
Okay.
So I'm thinking this ad nauseum tendrils, and obviously we just want to kind of find forces. I would brainstorm before making a land drop. Hopefully we find a fetch. We do not, but we do find a ponder. So
Yeah.
we can get rid of like the plow and the noble, just kind of keep our blue count really high, and
Nice.
then just go tundra ponder. Very likely shuffle unless the
There's a
card
fetch.
under is a force.
Hmm.
Yeah, just shuffle that. Okay, we got one force. We're looking for a second one. Game one's not going to be great. Like this is not the kind of deck that we're designed to beat.
The last ponder was a shuffle. So they're obviously looking for one piece of the combo, or at least maybe just more fast mana.
Yeah, I'm getting vibes like they're looking for Infernal Tutor, but hard to say.
Hmm. Yeah, the ponder before the brainstorm definitely makes me think they have a fetch land because then they might brainstorm first and then have the shuffle through the ponder.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Now we're definitely ad nauseum tendrils face up with that Valk. Okay. So let's. Ooh, that's a nice draw. So let's ponder and try to dig for another force.
Yeah. Hmm.
No luck. Is that a ponder though?
That is a ponder.
So let's keep the ponder and then prismatic vista fetch and ponder again.
Nice.
Let's fetch for a basic forest and then ponder off the tundra.
Nice. Yeah, because honestly, there isn't too much to say about getting like holding up an island here. Like there's no Flusterstorm main deck, there's no Spell Pierce, etc.
Yeah, we're not holding up plow. 1 mana, like hypothetically, even if we ponder shuffle, like the 1 mana spell we would play is Noble Hierarch, which forest casts. Oh, I'm quiet. Technomage, am I better now? I can adjust my, like literally just change the distance from myself to my microphone. Or let me change my input.
Interesting. On OBS, you're pretty high.
On OBS, I'm coming in high.
Yeah.
Hey Jack, how's my sound?
Sounds all
Oh, no,
good
you're
now.
good. Okay.
There we go. Nice.
Okay, I'm just gonna hold the microphone.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I assume this
shuffle
is
that. Get it. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes it just works out.
Love to see it.
So against the deck like
that's
Ant, are you looking to hit fast mana, or are you waiting for tutors?
We're not hitting fast mana. They play 30 mana sources in the deck. We're just gonna let. Actually, I would force this Thoughtseize. Let's pitch a true name.
Cool.
There might be some way that we can entice them. If we show the second force, they're gonna wait for a second discard. Okay, I can pull back. So the idea here is that if we show the whole hand, then obviously, you know, they wait for a second discard. At this point, I think that there's an argument for forcing.
Yeah.
Where you just kind of go force pitch true name, or force pitch collateral. Lower impact. I doubt they're gonna play around a third force, but they might.
I assume here it's Uro to try to dig for another force?
Yeah. To dig for a force and to gain life. Both are which are of value.
Ooh, do we have another forest? No.
We don't. No. We're a little bit lower on the basics in the initial lists.
That's cool. That's not the worst either.
Yeah, let's get Stoneforge for Cauldron. Let's get it going.
Damn.
Just go island, I think.
Nice. Opponent has 3 cards, so it has to be a pretty good 3. I guess 4 in their turn.
Yeah, probably Cabal Ritual and Infernal Tutor. I guess some combination thereof. Obviously now they don't need to fear force, but what can you do?
Cauldron obviously also really nice against like an Adnor's line, just being able to take that 5 life straight away.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, nice. Okay.
Ooh.
I think we go Uro first.
Yeah.
Getting up to 22 life is nice. Every single life we gain is, you know, +1 storm count.
Just to confirm, doesn't matter what we exile here?
Yeah, we're not playing Graveyard. Doesn't matter. Sometimes you can pretend, but like exiling as if you have some sort of Snapcaster isn't always the worst, because you could trick them into playing around Snapcaster, but we're going Cauldron this turn, so doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, and to be fair, this is lethal next turn.
Yeah. Which is not always the best thing to do, right? Like, I've noticed against Ant, oftentimes I don't want to put them into situations, well, I spoke too soon here, but often I don't want to put them into situations where they have to go for it, and I can't beat them if they go for it.
Yeah.
So if I can't beat them if they go for it, I'll try to not present lethal even if I could, or try to hide lethal with like bolts or whatever to try to like be like, "Ha, surprise, you're dead." Okay, so yeah, I think we can also trim 1 Stoneforge as a cut.
Cool.
Prismatic Endings as well.
Nice.
So these are easy outs. And then as far as things that come in, you know, we're not super designed for this, the sideboard. Hull Breacher is a relevant card. Carpet is relevant, just to kind of allow you to progress your game plan faster. Probably So Hydroblast is like one of those cards that's generally not good enough to bring in, and I wouldn't recommend it overall. However, we have so many dead cards that I think it might have some play.
Yeah, it might just have more text than Swords to Plowshares.
Same with Lauren. Just enough text to see play.
Nice. So I think...
But you can bring in the full set of Hydroblasts. It has the feature of being blue. So it's easy.
Nice.
Yeah, so look at that. It maps perfectly for a matchup we don't want to face. Oh, we're at 59?
I guess one more blast. Oh, sorry, one more.
Let's see. What are we looking at? Let's put the Jitte back in.
Cool.
Or a Stoneforge. Like third Stoneforge.
Yeah, maybe just because of the Cauldron.
Yeah, just odds to find Cauldron. Not the worst.
Nice.
Batterskull does have some relevance, as Jack pointed out in chat, because of the life gain. But I think that this hand is a keep. Unfortunately, it's not a good hand, but you know, keep. Oftentimes against Ant, I don't like necessarily opening with a Force of Will. I like to have my forces safe in the library after, so that when they discard me, I don't have them, and then I can draw them.
Yeah.
But here we are with a 4-lander and a Brainstorm that we're kind of hoping to have fix everything. Yeah, it is Ant. Having Batterskull could be okay. We'll reassess for game 3 if there's a game 3.
Do you typically think that if a combo deck goes turn 1 Brainstorm, that they're kind of like one piece away from just going off that turn?
Yeah. Turn 1 Brainstorm means you're almost dead. Let's go Tundra Pass. Doesn't bode well. I would Brainstorm in response.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put back. We're definitely putting Force on top. And I'm thinking about either putting Cauldron under it makes the most sense.
Yeah, nice. Because I assume with 4 cards in hand and just an island open, they don't actually have... They're not going off this turn as well?
Right. If they take Collateral, that's very heads up of them.
Yeah, because it is currently the only blue card we have. But they take the Stoneforge, that's fair.
Not very heads up of them.
That is...
so I think
that's really nice as well, because we get to shuffle away the Cauldron as well.
Yes, so at this point, I think we draw the Force, we fetch in a Trop and play the Hierarch.
Nice.
And then we just pass the turn. At this point, I would not force a discard spell because they know the hand, like minus a card. So if they go for a discard, it's resolving. Looks like it's not.
No land drop either.
Okay, I don't think we should play Carpet. I don't think we need it.
Okay.
I don't think it helps us. I think let's play a Tundra and attack with Noble and pass the turn.
Yeah, it's a great point, because just because you can play the Carpet doesn't mean it is actually great. Like, I think Carpet as an unknown card is much more scary and much more beneficial for us.
Exactly. Or potentially if we can grab another Brainstorm. Of note, when we untap next turn, we'll have access to 5 mana. Okay, they're going for it. Just let it happen. Okay, they had the Thoughtseize. That's fine. Just let it go, I think.
Yeah. My only thought is if they take the Coatl, we're left with just Force, but if we... Yeah, no, I think that's actually... Yeah. There's no...
Yeah, because they're going to take the Force. Or they might take the Coatl, but in that case, they have to win this turn.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we just let it go. Now let's play a flash in the coatl. We want to pretend we have a fluster. We don't, but okay, now we just let it happen. But yeah, we could Ice Fang into Brainstorm into Force plus blue card, as Iron Blood pointed out in chat.
Oh,
Oh,
so they have 2 black floating. They haven't played a land drop yet.
okay, so they've so they can
Essentially
probably
3
get
mana to
lethal.
work off.
Yeah, so Jack, the reason I thought that we didn't want to force the ritual there is because we don't have a lot to play with, and I figured that they had so much, like given their initial turn 1 brainstorm, I figured they were so close to being able to go for it that rituals weren't their problem. And we weren't to turn off from killing them. Like I'll force a ritual if I can untap and win, because I kind of like choked them out, but it was not an option here. Yeah, we're very dead. Okay. I could see an argument for putting a Power Skull in the deck,
Cool.
especially since we're keeping the 3 Stoneforge. We could cut one of the Hydro Blasts.
Nice. Perfect.
See if we can take the initiative. Not
Max, what do you
hand.
think?
It's close, but not quite. A
Okay.
lot better.
Yeah.
A lot better. Okay.
Just the carpet?
I think bin the ditch the carpet, yeah. And just we can go turn 1. I
Trop?
think Trop Noble. Yeah, Trop Noble.
Okay. Opponent also into 6.
Nice.
Is there any reason for Ant to play out their petals or LEDs against this deck?
No, but we might be able to catch a Wishclaw if they play it.
Nice. Oh, Duress. Okay.
Nice Duress. Playing around Duress by not having any interactive spells.
That's just good deck building.
Yeah. Very, very clever.
Cauldron, okay.
Bad. It's the clock on. I think just jam out the true name.
Yeah, nice.
Off the forest, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we have the luxury of like playing this out for no value and then holding the true name as a blue card. I think just getting damage in is exactly what we want to be doing.
And we're close enough to 5 mana. Like, we've already got 4 in play in hand. And so 1 more. And we're hard casting Force. And I don't think that Thoughtseize was because Lauren is bad. I think that Thoughtseize is because it's potentially more relevant than Cauldra.
Hmm. Huh. Yeah, it's tough because even with like a good force hand, this like double duress start would have been really tough for us. That's pretty good.
That's a nice draw. Yeah, let's just let's go for that first.
Trop.
Play out both lands. And crash for 4.
And having the fetch is really nice for brainstorm potentially.
Yeah.
It's also a 3-tone clock.
It is. And they have to hit storm count 11.
Yes, and the ponder I believe was a shuffle.
Okay, so we'll see where this goes. Not feeling good about this by any stretch of the imagination,
6,
but it's also not just over.
Ponder again was a shuffle. Pretty nice for
Okay.
us. Nice.
Whew, there's the break. Okay, let's go off that drop. Yeah.
It's
Wonderful.
white.
Okay, so let's look at this.
Oh,
So we can make a land drop for turn. Just trying to think about if there's no way you can get Uro up this turn, right? We'll have 4 in the yard. We'll have 3 plus Uro after this brainstorm, which is 4 after this fetch. So there's no way that we have the 6 in yard required for Uro. So let's
exactly.
go with the white plume route and put away the actually, let me think about this. This might be a surprise lethal situation. In retrospect, this because right now we have 5 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this cauldron represents 5 damage. So right now we're going to attack them down to 7. Which means next turn if we play cauldron off the top, we win.
Off the carpet.
So I think that what we do, so I think that we put white plume and cauldron on top. So cauldron on top of library. Or not yet. We want cauldron to be the second one we click. So cauldron is going to be the first card. So I think we put white plume second down. And then cauldron on top. And then I think we don't play Tundra. We hold Tundra in hand. Mystery card. We play Carpet.
Yeah.
We attack for 4, and then we don't use the mana and we pass.
Nice. Yeah,
So
that's
this
nice because
is-
of course white plume shuffles, so we wouldn't be able to keep the
Right.
culture on top.
Right. So the reason being here is that this is air quote surprise lethal. If we untap.
Nothing.
So again, it looks like they don't think they're dead yet, but they are. So now we say yes. We add whatever color you want to add. Red. You can add red. Yeah. Play out.
Tundra?
And there's no reason. Yeah, there's no reason to be got by something random. Yep. And then we hit for 8.
Yeah, it has to be some sort of bounce spell from them. If they do get
which
that.
I don't think they have. Oh yeah. In for 8.
Don't you do it.
You're thinking. Oh, they had it.
Culture. Okay.
That's rude. Okay, whatever.
At least they're still down to 3. And this does mean that next turn the true name by itself is lethal, which is nice.
Yeah, unfortunately now it's like a non-lethal, but that's okay.
It's nice to make them have it.
Yeah. That is that thing about the surprise lethal and stuff. But yeah, now they know they're dead, so they're gonna try to go for it. Of course, they do have to hit storm count 11, but there's nothing we can do.
Past in Flames.
The Past in Flames? That's not good for us.
So they have to be able to... I guess they have 2 shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chose to shuffle.
Okay. And now at this point, if those cards that they're drawing aren't good, they also have to clear their hand for Infernal Tutor.
Interesting.
Which I guess they have. We'll see if they can. They're still going. Yeah, they're dressing.
There it is.
They have nothing in hand?
One card. Storm Count 11.
And there's the...
There you go.
Okay. Wow.
I like the Cauldron play though, and making them have to have some sort of interaction.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, obviously it didn't pan out here, but...
To be fair,
Give.
For the three, for XJ and Mark so far, we started 0-2 and then won out from there, so that could be a good omen.
Could be. We did get a game though, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's very true. All right, chum.
That could ruin the good omen, I mean.
We'll see.
We will see.
Okay. What are your thoughts on one land ponders with double equipment?
With double equipment, no. One land ponders are often fine. This is a functional 5 with a one land ponder, and that's not quite it.
Hmm.
Maybe it's like a 6 with one land ponder. Because like the Jitte is a playable card.
Nice.
This hand is good.
Yeah.
I think that we pitched one of the
Removal spells?
one of the removal spells. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, I guess from like a numbers perspective, there's more swords in the deck.
Yeah, let's pitch the swords. Also, against Delver and stuff, we often want to use ending early on their initial threats and hit later with a plow on the Murktide.
Yeah, very true. All right, opponent goes to 5.
Okay.
Ooh, most likely Reanimator? Let's see if they name Doomsday. Oh, no, of course, we're not on your account. Well, let's see if they name Green Sun Zenith.
They could still name Noble Hierarch. Or they name a
Dark Ritual. That's interesting. I did not expect that.
Did you broadcast with Maxtorion? Okay, that's a nice draw. I think it motivates.
That makes me not want to use the Misty here and just play this Savannah.
Just use Savannah Noble, yeah. Let's look like regular dudes.
Nice, I like it. What's
happening over here?
Bitter Blossom. Oh, maybe like a Deadguy Ale list? Okay.
Okay, well, Sudden Edict. Let's ending that Chrome.
Yeah, I like it. Double Brainstorm's nice as well. I assume here just Island.
Yeah, play Island and ending the Chrome Mox. They're down to 1 in hand?
Correct.
Yeah. Great. I would brainstorm Ensa. It's not a great play in general, but right now we're just kind of trying to convert and we can get rid of one bad card.
Yeah, and next turn we're most likely fetching to play the true name, so I don't mind brainstorming here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Cool. So yeah, we can pitch 2 lands. Like put a fetch on top, exactly.
And then probably just fetch that trop.
Yeah, fetching the trop makes the most sense because of Uro reasons.
Nice. I'm so used to double green for endurance.
Force of habit, huh?
Nice. I guess, unfortunately, Force of Will doesn't cover us from Sudden Edict, but at the same time, they only have 3 cards in hand, so they have a Sudden Edict, they have a Sudden Edict.
Yeah, and I mean, if True Name dies, True Name... Okay. Yeah. If True Name dies, True Name dies. It's like, okay, cool, we traded a card for a card.
Nice.
Let's brainstorm again. Hope to hit something good. We did not. That's unfortunate. Let's put back, yeah, 2 lands. I keep Crocus. Too likely that they'll have legendary creatures. Yeah. Yeah, I just think the odds that they have something legendary is like relatively high. Obviously, let's fetch before we draw. Let's go Tundra.
Nice. Worst case is just hold up force here. That's pretty nice.
Yep. Let's ponder. Yeah, worst case was hold up force. That's, I think, reponder. It's like keep and then ponder.
Sorry, my bad. What if I press no? Because then I keep.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shuffle. Sorry.
All right, cool. Let's play out the plans. Not a big deal. We're really just pondering again, to just like dig one deeper. So not a big shift here. Okay, nice. Now we can just play out Caracas and play a little bit of draw go.
Have you played many Green Sun Zenith decks in your time?
No. I've played some Green Sun Zenith, but not a lot. Yeah, let's force that.
Interesting. It's actually cool to see the other initiative decks, another initiative card seeing some sort of play.
Mm-hmm. It is definitely cool. Okay. Not the worst.
What it feels like to be a blue player.
Yeah, eventually we'll find something that attacks. Yeah, that's fine. We can
could flashback.
Yeah, so at some point we can either, if we draw a land, we can ending it. If we don't draw a land, we can plow it. Actually, either way, let's plow it. They did not therapy. We don't want to remind them that they could. Perfect. Love to see it. Yeah. Now we can get the forest. Yeah, now we have the initiative. Unfortunately, we can't ending for 4 colors unless we use stash from the dungeon tree, getting the treasure token.
Correct. This is fine.
Urborg can play. Yeah, we can with Urborg.
Nice, JJK.
So they just played out Chromox and passed.
Yeah, maybe like opposition agent, but doesn't line up well against Forge.
Forge it up. Let's hit the Chromox.
Nice.
See what they do. Okay, so one thing we could do here, there's a few options. One of which is, I like several things here. One thing we could do is just kind of realize that, hey, they can't do much to us. We just, like, we have a vigilance creature, a 5/5 vigilance in play, and we have a force, so we can let this resolve.
Yeah.
We can play the Uro and stack the triggers such that we draw a card first, and then the sacrifice comes into play second. And if we don't draw a blue spell, we can Caracas the Uro back to hint.
Yep.
And it keeps us insulated. Mm-hmm. So I like just letting the agent resolve here.
Yeah.
And dealing with it later.
Nice. I like that. Because I think a lot of players would be like, ooh, that could turn off things we draw into, but like, what do we really need to draw into here?
So yeah, let's Uro now. I think Uro first, and make sure that we keep Caracas open and stack it so that the we stack second. Yeah.
Yeah, it's this one first.
Okay, so yeah, Caracas hand. The Uro. And then we can attack.
That's really only Sudden Edict that kind of gets us here. But
Right,
even
and
then,
like
we get to retake it.
it gets us. Yeah, it gets us in the sense that they get to fetch a basic. It's not that good.
Nice.
They agree.
All right, so
So I assume this is the scam deck that has like ephemerate nonsense. Yeah, Wandering Emperor is going to be good. Yeah, the white cards in general are going to be good, including Containment Priest for the ephemerate stuff.
yeah, even little things like the Bloodgast.
Yeah.
It is a May ability, but stops that from obviously happening.
Yeah. We saw Bitter Blossom and Crommox, so I think Lorian is good enough. The question becomes, what don't we want? Because all of our cards are pretty reasonable. I think we don't really want our White Plume Adventurers, because I think that we are more likely to lose the initiative than we are to take it from them. Like, I think that we're the better long game deck. See, we can trim those. We're at 62.
Correct.
There's a lot of options here. I like keeping all the forces given the scam aspect of their build.
Yeah, there are some.
Maybe Uro is not the best, but we're already trimming down on long game, so we can cut one. Sorry about my voice. I'm just getting over a cough that will not go away.
No, that's more than fine.
I could see cutting one Stoneforge just due to the opposition agents.
Yeah, that's cool. That leaves us with 60.
Seems reasonable.
Emperor is also just a sweet card, especially in the initiative mirror where you have a way not only to deal with their creatures, but also get a creature yourself.
Yeah, she's very good. And the main reason I was playing her in the overall setup was for 4-color control, where she's also extremely good.
Nice.
This hand seems fine.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's, Hierarch, it's plow your, say they, jam out an initiative dude, it's plow your dude, attack, take the initiative. So, it's reasonable. And I think it's a trop off the Flooded Strand.
Yeah, I don't think we have the luxury
I
of playing around Dark Writ into something.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we can play around Op Agent here.
But yeah.
Or maybe we can. Maybe we can. That's a suspicious draw step. Let's pass. I got scared. Scared myself here. Smells like opposition agent.
Yeah, it seems like a weird keep unless they have a really good 2-drop.
Yeah, it smells too strongly of opposition agent. That's not a very good 2-drop. We're fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's just jam out both hierarchs.
Savannah? And then...
yeah, Savannah and Forest.
Yeah, this is pretty nice to have open Wandering Emperor next turn, plus Swords to Plowshares if needed.
Yeah.
Potentially Plague Engineer or something like that affects Hierarchs here, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess we're going to be down Wandering Emperor. There's no way they're hitting.
True name.
Yeah, okay. That wasn't a very good name on their part, given our fetch pattern. But I didn't expect... There was a chance that they blind named Plow, but...
This is fine, because they can't Cabal and also keep the initiative with the swords in play. Unless they take
I don't know what they're doing here. Yeah, they could Cabal Therapy, grab swords. But, okay. Samantha Murphy brings up a good question in chat, which is, have I ever played Esper Stoneblade with White Plume? And why have I forsaken Baleful Strix for Quaddle? Which are two great questions. They boil down to the little guy we see in play right now. Little gal. The noble hierarch. The most noble of hierarchs. We can ponder first.
Yeah, which is really nice without even playing a little intro.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Let's keep the ponder in hand. Like we'll grab the ponder and we're gonna crack a fetch. It's like I would keep the ponder and then we'll crack fetch for a an island. No, we can't do that. We'll crack it for a plains.
Cool.
There's no reason to get got by opposition agent. And then just pass.
Yeah, thankfully, even with sudden edict, we can of course float mana, which is nice.
Yeah. Mana abilities and split second. Or we can sack the tapped one.
Correct. Okay. Probably just hold it back. Yeah. Which isn't bad because we get to make a 2/2
Yeah.
and then just tick it up.
And that's the plan. And our 2/2 actually attacks for as a 5/5.
Yeah.
Well, obviously we'll ponder first to kind of see what we hit.
Edict's fine.
Yeah. Let's ponder. Actually, let's brainstorm first.
Yeah.
And need some new texture.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, that's nice.
Just the islands?
Yeah. And now at this point, we only have one blue available, so let's ponder first.
Drop. Yeah. Nice.
That's
But
not
no
bad.
other blue.
I like it. Yeah, we can't do the Uro this turn or anything, but that's fine. We can just kind of, let's put Uro in hand and brainstorm on top.
Nice. So yeah, put on top, put on top, put on top.
That if they hit us, brainstorm goes to the, or Uro goes to the graveyard. So yeah, it's plus on this. It's a 4/4 on their blocking side as well.
Correct.
Yeah, and we have first strike, so. Yep, that's fine.
They just hold up Containment Priest.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, we will want to take the initiative soon. It's a good chance True Name's coming down next turn to do that. If we play True Name, then they go to the last room or the fourth room, and then we attack them, and hopefully they don't get to go to the fifth room. Or if we do, we have Containment Priest in place, so that's not the worst.
Would you?
Does not.
I guess we put both in front.
Is it attacking the
Wandering Emperor?
Wandering Emperor? Yeah, then I just block, right? Because it's a 4/4.
This is the 3/3, and this is a 4/4.
Oh yeah, then yeah, let's put both in front. And if they edict, we sack Hierarch.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry, the screen share is a little bit blurry, so
No, that's cool.
working through a working memory here. Yeah, that seems like a fine trade to make.
Yeah. Alright, so we know about fetch land on top.
Which is perfect.
Oh, that's fine.
Less perfect. Actually, no, it's fine. Because we have double blue with the hierarch. So let's go. Let's attack with our. Let's give our guy first strike. Or what do you think?
My only thought is that if we attack for 4 and they double block to kill it, that's a pretty big win. We could also tick down to create a 2/2 and just go a bit wider.
They don't have first strike, so they can't, right?
So this is a 3/3 with Exalted will be a 4/4.
Right, and then the +1/+1 counter gives it first strike.
Correct.
Okay, so let's give it first strike and then attack, right? What do you think? Yeah.
I think
There's an
either way
argument for
they'll.
a second too.
Yeah, because I think either way they'll block with a 1/1.
Yeah, and if they double block, then it unlocks our fetch. So let's just attack. See what happens. Yeah. Okay. So now we can tick down, make a 2/2, and then we can make a true name.
Nice.
And pass the turn. Okay, so now at least we have a reasonable.
Some nice ways
way
to protect Wandering Emperor and then True Name to get through and actually connect.
Exactly. And also, if by some fluke we lose Wandering Emperor, it's not the worst thing.
I assume here it's really just Brainstorm they can take.
Yeah. So we do want to keep in mind that they will get our search. It's not a voluntary search, but I think that's when we take the initiative. I think that's worthwhile.
Yeah, great point. I guess we should roll first in case we draw Source Plowshares.
Yeah, yep, that's a good point. Let's do it. Hey, wow, the true blue master.
Look, sometimes it just works
Duke's
out.
on Twitch. Yeah, let's plow that. Plow that and get in there. Do you want a +1/+1 counter true name just to play around Plague Engineer?
Nice.
And
this guy jams.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, we'd love to see it.
Should have played it. Apologies. I guess we could brainstorm it away, maybe.
Yeah, I think we'll see if there's ever need to play it. We have an abundance of mana. And Uro will allow us to like make up for land drops that we skip, so.
Okay. This is probably so they can send the skeleton token at both.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Empress plays like another sub game, which is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They're attacking me with everything.
You with everything?
Yeah.
All right, let's. We can't block everything, unfortunately. Yeah, but I guess they're just trying to hit the ultimate.
Oh, sorry. It said. Yeah, I am being. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to look over each of them. Apologies.
That's okay. That's okay. We've still got Uro. Oh, that's not a great hit. Like that's a blood gas that loses to Uro. That's a great hit. Let's fetch first to see if the fetch resolves. Yes, it does. Okay, we can grab a drop and play Noble off of Noble. Attack for 5 with the truest of names of Nemesis.
So this is dealing 6. I guess 7 a turn because of Bitter Blossom.
Yeah, so that's
pretty nice for us.
Yeah, I would go the Forge route, and I would put the counters on. Okay, well, too late.
I think
but
they
I would
realized
put the counters on the 2/2, or actually no,
Okay.
the O1, the Hierarch, to get another
blocker for the
in.
Menace. Yeah, I assume they realized that with whatever they had in hand, they couldn't beat True Name plus Bitter Blossom killing them.
Yeah, plus a trap coming up at some point. So
yeah, Max, deck is nice. Deck's fun to play.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's we got pretty close to beating it, but yeah, as you can see, it's not set up to beat that sort of deck.
Hmm.
Like spell combo is not where you want to be. Like, I think we were talking about that initially at the onset, and yeah, this is not a keep.
Sadly,
it's a great hand. But,
oh, here we go.
Yeah, there we go. That's nice. I think we can pitch the arrow.
Yeah, nice.
Actually, no. Let's pitch the White Plume.
Okay.
It's not getting accelerated out, and we don't we're on the draw. Oh, no, actually, we're on the play. Hey, that's okay. Just go fetch pass. My thought was more that keeping the more overall reasonable arrow is where we want it to be.
Trop. Crashing Footfalls.
Okay. Not bad.
At least we can straight away count out days, I assume.
Yes. Now we can just go Rhino or Tundra. Or actually no, let's think about that for a sec. Yeah, we do need Tundra. I'm sorry. And yeah. If that land were capable of fetching basic planes, I would have considered it because of the Ice Fang.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
It's not. Yeah, I think that it's Cauldron.
Cauldron, yeah.
They do have borrowers in the deck, I think 30 borrowers last time I checked.
Okay.
Last time I played against them, it seemed to be the deck is literally half Raisin Borrower. But that's okay.
Oh. Is it a rug version with Fire Ice?
Yeah, usually they have the 8 Cascade spells. Sometimes they play 4 colors because they splash the Leyline Binding, the domain removal spell.
Yes.
And then they have Minkskin Boo as well as another thing to accelerate into.
Max, did you just explain the legacy staple Leyline Binding to me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to be so condescending. I should have assumed you know it as a... Okay, that's...
Ooh. This is where another white source would be really nice. Okay.
It was not really nice. Okay, I think that... I am willing to delay, play around, air quotes, Brazen Borrower by blowing the white, using 1 white to hit
a Rhino?
one of the Rhinos for a turn. Yeah.
Nice. And then we have Ice Fang off the other mana if we want to.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because I think that if the turn follow-up was getting the Cauldron bounce, we just lose that game, but getting hit for 4 here is a lot less.
Yeah, I actually might have made a misplay there by playing the land first, by showing them that we don't have another white source, because that means we're definitely not putting in the Cauldron.
Let's go for Ice Fang now. There's a chance that we draw Force. That's okay.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah,
you're fine.
That's on me. What they get rid of? Uro.
So let's flash in that Coatl.
Just don't draw Force. Don't draw Force. Okay, good.
Okay. I don't think it's worth blocking the
Yeah.
I think we just take this hit. It's not a nice one, but I think we have to.
I assume here it's most likely try to brainstorm into another white source.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
Oh, that's not good for us. Yep. Looks like a footfalls deck. Do we see any? And we see leyline. We see plains or tundras. We know there's leyline binding as well. That's another answer to Caldra.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Baleful Strix would be better than Caldra here. No Terminus, damn. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we found that. So Cauldron plus ending does not beat it because we have to fetch. I think we can concede.
Yeah.
No reason to. Yeah, Cauldron plus ending, like eliminate 2 Rhinos and we still lose the board because Stoneforge is tapped.
Yes.
So we take 10.
Yes, but there's this ice thing. So we take. Yep.
Well,
cool. Cool.
yeah,
I got it.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Unfortunate. Okay, so you don't have Chalice on 0. That's rough. It's a big help.
Just to confirm, this is
Containment Priestess.
non-creature. Yeah.
Yeah, it does not help. Emperor maybe has text, but not too much text.
Hmm.
Dire Skull has text. I think Emperor is too slow. Let's cut her. That was
Okay.
a mistake. I think we just need to, like, now that we know what we're up against, we can play more consciously.
Yeah. Great point.
Jite maybe is not where we want to be.
Yeah, just a bit slow.
Yeah. And
Nice. It's also tough to think about when we would fetch Jide over Batterskull or Caldra.
right. And we could also cut one of the initiative. Oh, we're at 60?
We are at 60.
Let's just keep it.
Nice. Yeah, the Rhinos deck is pretty sweet.
Yeah, Rhinos deck is actually quite good against initiative as well.
Yeah, I always like seeing players who take kind of decks that have been more viable in modern and see how they come in Legacy. Like, is it Crusherbot, who's done really well with Hammer in Legacy?
Yes.
And then obviously this. I guess Amulet hasn't really made it, but we do have Cloudpost and like some other green decks.
There's a player at my shop who's really just kind of a Legacy veteran. One of the best Elves players I've ever played against, and I also have Newton at my shop, so like he's like on par. He's just an excellent Elves player. From way back in the day, he had this like beautiful, like foil, or sorry, not foil, but like all like misprints, including his cradles.
That's cool.
Anyway, he plays Amulet now in Legacy.
Oh, nice. Okay. What's your local like?
It's pretty lively group. 1 second, I have to do some coughs. I'm gonna mute myself.
No, easy.
Yeah, sorry about that. Local's a good scene. We get like roughly anywhere between 20 and 30 players a week for Sanctioned Legacy on Tuesday nights. So
nice.
I think this is a keep, by the way. Pretty solid hand.
Yeah, just Flooded Strand for Trop.
Flooded Strand pass. Yeah, probably for Trop, but we can just pass it. And I don't think this is a hand where we want to burn the Brainstorm.
Yeah, nice.
It's our local scene. It's a good crowd, good players, good competition.
That's cool. Weekly events.
There's a Yeah, weekly events. There's a YouTube channel called Tuesday Night Legacy,
Okay.
and they the guy who runs that, Eugene, has basically been like recording and commentating the weeklies at our shop, which has been quite nice. Yeah, let's play the
Nice.
plains and fetch a trop and go Stoneforge for,
Nice.
I think, Skull.
Yeah. What's this?
Okay, that's fine. It's Rhinos.
Hmm.
Surprise Rhinos. Thought there wouldn't be Rhinos? Think again. All Rhinos, all the time.
Trop.
I think it's still actually. Maybe we hold off on Stoneforge for a turn and we just ending one of the Rhinos.
Cool.
The reason being, we can now brainstorm with the other mana, try to find more removal.
Nice.
But the reason why we're getting Skull is because the end game of a Batter Skull and a True Name is something that Rhinos can't beat. Or, I mean, they can bounce the Skull with Brazen Borrower, but it's not as good. They have lots of ways to kill a Stoneforge. Let's brainstorm an end step.
Okay.
Okay, so we can put back Caracas. Actually, no, they have Minx and Boo. Let's keep Caracas. Put back the Coatl and A-Land, maybe?
Yeah. Nice. I don't mind the extra fetches, especially with Uro in hand, if we get there. But I guess next time we get to go Stoneforge, hold up Caracas.
Or we could...
Pretty unlikely that they have...
We're drawing the fetch, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, so we can go fetch and then like, cast Uro and play another fetch?
Yes.
Yeah, and then put Caracas in play, maybe? Because that plays Remnants can Boo.
Tundra?
Yeah, I guess so. Actually, no, we have so much white. It doesn't matter.
Nice.
Yeah, let's put Caracas in play and let's pass the turn. Because we can wait till the combat step to plow this Rhino. In that case, we would know if we need to use the Caracas to bounce a hamster.
Nice. Smart.
Thank you. Came up with that all on my own. So we survived one Rhino onslaught. When's the next one coming off? I assume there's another Rhino right now, actually.
Yeah, I believe there's still one waiting in the wings. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, now we can go Stoneforge and True Name on this coming turn.
Nice.
Which Stoneforge is completely up to you.
Thank you. Probably just another trop here.
Yeah, another trop.
Batterskull. Double green again. Come on, man.
Force of Habit.
Yeah. Have you ever targeted yourself with True Name? Strategically?
Once against elves, so I could Pyroclasm.
Nice. Very cool.
But literally only once, and it was, in like 2014. And I don't even know if it was like the best play, but it was a play that like I had the opportunity to make, and so it seemed like fun. I think we
double block?
Yes, double block a Rhino.
Quite nice to be at 5 mana with Batterskull here.
Exactly. Yeah, we're just trying to kind of stall the game, gain life, because Uro can come down. I meant our Uro, but sure. We can also Caracas that. If they recast it. I could draw some cards, but it's not that scary.
Huh.
That's not bad.
Yeah, especially with the
Maybe let's
Stoneforge
see it.
again.
Yeah, let's cast a second True Name, see what happens. Because if that resolves, then we do take damage off of the Rhinos, but we kill a Rhino, and then yeah, Stoneforge can get a Cauldra. Okay, we're getting there, getting close to stabilizing. The Rhino comes off next turn.
Correct. Quick look. Yes.
Yeah. What are they doing here?
Maybe just getting the land out of the deck before they Uro? And
Yeah, I
they need
guess
the
so.
other double green, double blue.
Double blue. Yeah, Plateau does not help cast Uro. Well, we've got Caracas for that part, so I'm less worried there. I mean, obviously it's just like a card drawing engine, but it's not going to hurt us. I think the stock lists of this only play 3 Crashing Footfalls.
Okay.
They might, like,
Nice.
our opponent might be playing 4, but just putting that out there. Yes, double block with True Names.
Do you know if they play
Take 2.
Bone Crusher Giant?
I don't think they do, but they could.
Okay. I guess that's a way to kill True Name if it does stick around in the metagame.
Yeah.
Land's
I don't
nice
think the
here.
stock lists do, but it's a land is great. Yeah, let's put an Uro in play. Or actually,
Thoughts?
yeah, I guess we can put an Uro in play.
And then hopefully draw a land off this as well, so we can
Yes,
do something.
that's the dream.
Okay.
Tragic. That's okay.
Right.
I think we just pass.
Yeah. Is there a world where we're more happy to put in a equipment than bounce the Uro?
Yeah. Yes, especially since Cauldra eats the Uro, like exiles it.
Yes.
So like they shouldn't be attacking with Uro right now if they know it's good for them.
Oh, of course it exiles. Nice. I guess unless they have like a leyline binding or something.
Right, but that gives me double block with the True Names. So yeah, we let's put in the Cauldra on attackers right now. So yeah, let's block with triple block it with
nice.
Cauldra and both True Names. Because if so Cauldra doesn't end up working, but now we can just double block it with True Names to kill it. Okay, we have 7 mana now. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's put in Skull and equip it to a True Name and attack. I think that's the biggest upside. So now we fetch. Obviously, there's plays that beat this, but I think this is our best chance of winning.
Nice.
They agree that that was our chance of winning.
Is there any consideration for interaction with leyline binding? Or is it just something that you kind of, if they have it, they have it?
Like Lorian?
Yeah, or maybe like
Or
Council's Judgment isn't the greatest because pretty much everything except for Minsk. I guess Uro's not too bad, but a lot of it's kind of feel bad that you trade with.
yeah,
Like if
I could see that over like the White Plumes, given as we've established that game, like we're not holding the initiative by any stretch of the imagination.
Nice.
And then maybe even a carpet. They did seem they have lots of non-blue, but they have some blue.
Yeah.
And maybe that will accelerate us just enough to stabilize.
Nice. Love it.
I do not love it, but it is.
Ooh,
hey, this is
nice.
good. I love
a
this.
Sweet hand. Yeah.
It's a really sweet hand.
These are the hands where you accidentally click mulligan on.
Oh man, I did
Definitely
that the other
haven't
day
once.
on a good 7, and I had to mulligan to 4 before I got a keepable hand. It was rough.
Classic. What year did you get into Legacy?
I got into Legacy in 2012. What about you?
Ooh, 2014, I'm gonna say.
Oh, the height of True Name Nemesis.
Yeah. Oh, okay, maybe 2013 then.
Okay, yeah. True Name came out in November 2013. Okay, let's look at this hand real quick. Let's figure out how if we can hit all our colors and get Ice Fang online quickly.
Hmm.
Is there a way that, like, with fetching basics, we can get a quick, like, have double blue for True Name, or is it worth just kind of?
Yeah, I mean, we could go basic
Yeah, let's
forest
go
into
yeah.
noble, and then this gets the
Yep.
island.
Yep, let's go basic forest noble, and then depending upon if we live, like if noble untaps, we can assess whether we can continue that plan. But I think it's worth having the option.
Nice.
See, I was super deep into standard at that time, and I kind of owned a Unity playset of everything in standard, so I could build any deck. And a friend of mine, who's a Legacy stalwart, one of the founding members of Everyday Eternal, Jacob Corey, goes by Kobe, he was like looking at my collection. He's like, in value, you have a Legacy deck sitting here. It was about like 7 months before rotation, so we went to a big kind of like local Magic Bazaar, and I walked out with a most of a Jeskai Delver deck because
Nice.
Delver and Standard. Yeah, I think we're forcing this.
Yeah.
I think we're pitching Coatl actually. After all of that is said, I think it's going to give more. I think True Name is going to be more valuable.
Yeah. Even if they force back, like to have these as backup is just so nice.
Yeah. And I think for mana usage, it's probably turn 2 True Name.
Yeah. And because we do the ice thing, probably just getting
Perfect.
basic island here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so we got the Nemesis going. And then next turn, we actually also continue to use our mana really effectively with playing 2/2 drops.
Yeah, great point. 2/2 drops that actually replace themselves, which is even better.
Yeah, so one of my big motivating features for getting into Legacy was being able to stifle my own Geist of Saint Traft Angel exile trigger.
Very cool.
So that, like, I was playing, a bunch of standard Delver during the Innistrad era, and I really liked that deck, and so it wasn't hard for me to transition into Legacy Delver. And then that as a selling point for Jeskai Delver was really sweet. I actually I borrowed the deck when I didn't own anything because the Legacy community in this area is awesome.
That's cool.
It basically just ended up with the entirety of So I borrowed the deck and split the finals of a like 60 something player 1K slash GPT, like a Grand Prix trial. And from there walked away with 2 Valks for my finals performance. And
Nice.
traded for 1 more Valk, picked up the Tundras over a couple months, and then kind of used that as a jumping off point to everything fair and blue and Legacy. So actually, when True Name came out, it really bummed me out that it existed, because like the thing I really liked doing in Legacy, which was like fun shit with Geist of Saint Draft, became obsolete.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one. Like, I remember Geist being like the standard all-star, like the $40 or whatever in Australia, like the card everyone wanted. Also, funnily enough here, I went for Icewing first to get this, to get the basic planes.
Great play.
Really nice.
Yeah, very, very heads up play.
Planes. Nice.
Yeah, so I guess I've been mad about Commander printings making their way into Legacy for about 9 years now. So the more things change, the more they stay the same. Obviously, I think Skull here is the play.
Yeah, nice. Are there any recent cards that you really like the design of?
Yeah,
like an example is, I know Halloween really likes Elvish Reclaimer.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as making their way into Legacy, I love Shieldred. Like, I think it is such a cool card. By the way, I think we double block Stoneforge and True Name on a Rhino. Because like if that trades with the removal spell, so be it. Like,
yeah, and then having the 5 mana for the Battle Skull anyway is so huge.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Woo.
Nice.
That was a good. Took some damage, but it was a good turn. Yeah, let's just throw the skull into play. I would. Yeah, let's attack, because I mean, it's not blocking a Rhino. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah,
that's
anyway,
cool.
Shieldred is one of the cards that I really enjoy. Basically, with regard to Doomsday, there are just so many plan Bs, if you will, that like kind of work but not really, and all that stuff. Okay, yeah, I'll take that Pitch Force. They're down to 0 cards.
I was gonna say it's really only Pitch Force here, but
yeah,
that's hilarious.
That was great. I think if they had Rhinos, they would have jammed it there before we untap.
So close.
So yeah, this is all good news. Yeah, Shieldred as a like real plan B for Doomsday, as like this card is good enough to win the game on its own, and you can accelerate it out. It's really cool. Like as a recent printing, I don't know if Arclight Phoenix counts as a printing or even as a card I like, but I have effectively spent more money playing Arclight Phoenix, if you count tournament entry fees, than anything else in Magic, just because I always try to make Phoenix work and never do well with it.
But, yeah, I know Callum Smith was also a big fan of Phoenix for a while.
Yeah. This is a big hit.
Yeah. Okay. I think we start with Ponder.
Yeah, let's start with Ponder.
Nice.
That is good. Okay, yeah. So
I guess I should. Actually, Tundra's fine to draw next turn, so we can play the Cull draw off it.
Woo, yes. Love it. Okay, so
shuffle no.
So we can kill the Minsk with True Name. We can get rid of the Boo, and we can cancel his Judgment the Borrower, so that we're clearing the board. That's nice. And then yeah, calls her next turn for almost lethal. Yeah, I'd almost convinced myself that we wanted to attack them because
Yeah, it's
of
really only like violent outbursts that would kill us.
Violent Outburst or Fire Ice. And
Fire
Fire Ice is
ice.
what I forgot about and just remembered.
Okay, game on.
Okay, yeah, game on.
It's actually a really good draw.
Yeah, shit. It's a lot of power. I guess we put Cauldron in play and don't attack, and what's our card below it?
It is a Noble Hierarch.
Okay, so we just hold back this turn. Next turn we
Equip and swing?
try to equip and swing, yeah.
Oh, do they actually have lethal? Because of trample? We block one.
We block
Trample
one, we
over.
block the 2/2.
Oh, Childless. Yep. Nice.
I mean we have
Oof.
lethal they have lethal if they have anything. Okay, let's do the blocks.
Just don't be a fire ice.
I mean if they had Fire Ice, they just ice the blocker, right? Like
That's true.
unless they're
Yeah,
just
that's
going
very
for
true.
style points.
Yeah. And like Minsk, they would have done as well.
Yeah. So okay, at this point, let's equip an attack.
Yeah, what's the equip? 7. So that's 1, 2,
7. So
3.
yeah, it's the full everything.
6.
Woohoo!
Haha.
Oh,
Nice,
that
that
was
was sweet.
close.
Very,
Very
very
cool.
cool.
That was a good game.
Yeah, it's cool. That deck can put on a bunch of pressure out of anywhere. And of course, Tony Saccone.
Oh man. Okay, Tony's my arch nemesis. This hand has a force and a turn 2 true name. It's a
Yeah,
keep.
nice. Yeah, I think Tony's definitely up there as well for someone who loves to stop me from getting any sort of result going.
Mhm.
But yeah, I love that he does so well with the deck. And I think it was the Legacy Pit that he top 8'd in
Yeah,
paper.
he did. Yeah. Yeah, he's had a few good finishes recently.
Hmm.
Oh, come on. I'm very Tony Scaponi of him.
I wonder what he takes.
Prismatic ending?
How did you get into Magic?
That's a good question. So I played it as a kid, like when I was around 10, and stopped for whatever reason, as kids do. I think we should fetch
Hmm.
and go for it just to kind of hide the trop. And then I played competitive StarCraft 2 in college, and
Nice.
one of my teammates was going to an Innistrad pre-release
Very
when
cool.
Innistrad came out, and from there I went and had a great time. And we'd like basically after practices would draft Innistrad, and
That's
so
cool.
did that a bunch, and from there just kind of hadn't stopped playing. How about you?
It was actually, I was on Steam and I was looking at like the summer sale and I saw Jewels of the Planeswalkers and I was like, that's free. I'll play that. And then I was playing it and really enjoying it. And then I saw you could like take a coupon into a local store and get a booster. And I was like, oh, it's like a paper game. And then, yeah, I went to a store and I think it was actually on a Friday when they had F&M. And I was like, wow, there's like 60 people here. And then the dude was like, yeah, it's standard. And I was like, oh, what's standard? And then it just grew from there. But I was a standard player who was like, I will never play Eternal. And then I got into Modern and I was like, I'll never play Legacy. And now I'm in the Legacy player who's like, I'll never play any other format.
Yeah, I bet you're like, I'll never play blue, and now you have like everything.
Yeah.
See, your decks are awesome. Like never do this, never do. So you got into Magic because it was free to play, and now you own just like all these legacy decks and very nice versions of them. I love
Yeah,
it.
which is pretty funny, but it's Magic for you.
Mhm.
Ancient Tomb. Okay. I haven't seen like a black splash in this deck before. I assume this is going to be mono red.
Yeah, it's just like straight up Black Belcher. I lost to him on this not too long ago, or at least what it looked like. It had to rest Badlands and Ancient Tomb, but it was just straight up like rituals and Belchers and.
Funnily enough, when I was building my deck, it was when Arbor Elf was in standard, and I saw Noble Hierarchs in the shop in like the glass kind of cabinet for like $8 each, and I was like, why would you spend $8 on a Noble Hierarch when Arbor Elves were like 50 cents? Like I just didn't really understand how good this actually was compared to Arbor Elf.
Exalted's
Grim.
busted. Ooh, hit for oh no, we're not untapping.
Hmm.
I'll use this time to answer Samantha's question in the chat. I was a Protoss main, which should not surprise you.
Oh, we get to untap? Wow.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
We're
so
taking
we
the
can
Wish
hit
Claw, right?
the Monolith and the Wishclaw.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Trop. This also turns off the Opal, which is awesome.
And Prismatic Ending coming in clutch.
Nice. Yeah, I did not think that was gonna be relevant at sorcery speed, but hey, here we are.
Yeah.
Okay. One card left. Okay.
Oh, of course.
What do you... I guess 4 mana.
Echo? Or no,
yeah,
he
but
doesn't
no
have LED.
LED. Unless you get another Wish
Belcher?
Claw?
Straight up Belcher.
Ah.
And you cast it?
Yeah. It's pretty good. Nothing. Oh, imagine Force there.
Oh, maybe it's an Echo for next turn. If it's an Echo for next turn, maybe the plan is to go Stoneforge Jitte, play Jitte.
Love it.
And obviously the land for kicks.
Because Belcher is 4 mana and then 3 to activate.
Yeah, 4+3.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean he's Badlands and Ancient Tomb, so probably not Belcher if I thought about it any harder.
Oh, of course, it's right in front of us.
Yeah, when last time he was playing Black Red, to me it was off of the modal double face lands. So this was Echo.
Gotcha.
No,
Ooh,
it's
Adnor
not.
was
Ad
at
nauseam.
8. 6, 5, 4. Oof.
Ooh, that's not gonna do it.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. Second spell combo with this deck. So
We take those.
we take this. Okay, so Lauren is good.
If they're playing
Hull
Echo, I
Breacher-
assume Breach.
I assume he's playing Echo, but like maybe not with the ad nauseum, but let's assume no Echo for now. We could go for
Is it
cut the plows?
Yeah, safe to assume that Plow is just a dead card.
Then we could get a couple Council's Judgments, maybe.
Yeah. Probably the card in the sideboard with the most text.
Yeah, Hull Breacher could come in.
Maybe Batterskull over Jit.
Yeah. Oh, Burning Wish. Yeah, red. Red is relevant.
Nice.
Chat
Okay.
brought that up.
Maybe
Okay,
the
so let's
Judgments.
find worse. Yeah, Judgments out.
Probably Breach.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Like even like
Looks
Ice Fang,
or-
like just being a blue card is quite nice.
Yeah. Having blue text is good here. This hand is not.
It's nice in a way. Yeah, that's the
Let's
thing.
keep
It is a hand that, as you said, you like to keep your forces in your deck.
Yeah, let's keep it. Against Tony, I'm often just so scared of dying turn 1.
Yeah.
We are most certainly against combo OG Trilla, but we are going to
Ponder here off the trop.
yeah, ponder here.
That is just going to be a shuffle.
That's a shuffle, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I hope I was muted just now when I was coughing my lungs out.
I didn't hear it. I think that potentially
Perfect.
when you're away from the mic, it just cuts it out.
I hope so. Okay, so I assume if he's wish clawing here, we're not untapping. Okay, duress, nice.
Okay, take the
Take that
skull.
batter skull. And he's just sitting over there like, this Diggs guy doesn't even know what Force of Will does.
Was it you who played around Thief of Sanity? Thief of Sanity? What's the... It's like one, a black and a blue for a 2/2 flyer. And when it deals combat damage, you can exile your opponent's top card and play it?
I have played around with that card. I might not be the person you're thinking of. I don't think I'm the only one to have done it. But yeah, it's it wasn't super good when I was playing it.
Ooh, that's pretty much it.
Ooh.
Oh, what are they trying to hit? Maybe
More mana?
Yeah.
Maybe.
When it comes to like competitive events, do you like F6 not as often, even if you have nothing? Or are you someone who just lets them kind of go for it if you don't have anything?
I won't even F6 that much in leagues, to be honest with you.
Okay. I guess that's a big thing for a blue player.
Yeah, until my hand is known.
Okay.
Yeah, I often try to do the like the practice as you play kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Or you'll play as you practice, if you will.
I like that.
I don't think we change anything.
No.
Deck is perfect. Yeah. Nice, good hand.
Yeah.
It needs lands, but ponder and brainstorm.
I've never been able to say it, but as Botchenroll says, Island Ponder Keep.
Let's do it.
Probably looking for a fetch land. Even like 2 lands wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
Like 2-lane force would be perfect.
Yeah, let's look for 2-land force.
What are your other pleasures outside of Magic?
At this point, so basically just between work, parenting, and watching miscellaneous TV shows with the wife, that basically fills up my day. What about you? Nice, good shuffle.
Thank you.
What,
yeah, that's cool.
What are
you
up to
have
these days outside of Magic?
1 child at the moment?
Oh, no, I have 2. I one who's turning 5 in a week, and one who's 2.5. Oh, I also play D&D. I was kind of lumping that into Magic as like a greater WotC thing. Ooh, this might be a force.
Yeah, I think seeing the pedal there as well, I'm pretty happy to force this. Probably pitching the true name.
Yeah, I like it pitching the true name. Yep. Ah, tricked. Maybe. I don't know.
Hmm.
I think going for Stoneforge Cauldron makes a lot of sense here. I would
Yeah.
go. I would not go Prismatic, because Prismatic planes can't cast Uro.
Yes, so I guess Savannah.
Savannah or Tundra. Tundra seems fine, because eventually we'll just like get 2 green going with our next 2 lands, hopefully. So yeah, play D&D once every 2 weeks. My
Nice.
wife DMs for us, and it's a good time.
That's cool.
What about you? What are you up to
Oh,
outside of Magic these days?
it's a good question. Nothing really. Really enjoy hiking. Hiking's great.
Good thing to enjoy.
Yeah, and then tennis. Tennis fan.
That's solid.
um, yeah. Sports, I guess. Sports.
That's good.
But it's getting to the days where
Sports.
there's just less and less time.
Yeah.
5 mana, I assume this is just going to be an ad nauseam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know if Scaponi is his online name or his last name?
It's not his actual last name. It's his last name is Del Prete, like
Okay.
Delprete. I probably didn't pronounce it right. That's a really good ad nauseum. Jeez.
Oh, please, Saga. I didn't even pick up on that.
Oh well, yeah. We're just super dead. Yeah. So, at this point, he does seem to go by Scaponi in paper tournaments, even for I think consistency across platforms, for I guess branding reasons, but it is not his official last name.
Okay.
Yeah,
Look,
we were all sorts of dead there.
we can finish strong.
Yes,
But
let's do it.
really nice to be playing Bant. Like, even the mana base, like, Noble, of course, being in a Bant deck just is where it's at its best, because that's exactly what it taps for. Like, I guess you could say that it's fine in, like, green-white Maverick, because you have, like, Prismatic Ending to use the blue for, but it's just nice to use Noble Hierarch for her full potential.
Yeah, absolutely. It is nice to just like have Noble be a Birds of Paradise with Exalted.
You said when you were first putting the deck together and talking to some friends about it in competitive events, you're talking to Eddie Zamora, who is very well known for Legacy Humans. Do you know if
Yes.
he's been trying out any lists that include the initiative?
He actually Eddie came up with Touch the Spirit Realm
Oh,
as
cool.
the tech card there. That really sent the list over the top. So he was playing a bunch of initiative, like of OG initiative at the time. At this point, I know he's been super busy over the holidays. But don't know exactly if I don't know if he's been playing Magic like in the last week or two.
Okay.
He but I know he was experimenting with various humans lists that I don't think actually play initiative cards because he wants to accelerate them out, but are good at taking the initiative.
Yeah, that's cool. I saw him get hyped about the. Ooh, there's a new blue creature. I think it's a human wizard that's like 2 in a blue, and it has like 3 different abilities when it comes into play that you can choose from. Like maybe like draw a card, discard a card, bounce something, and something
Yeah,
else.
yeah, that card's good in learn.
Yes, very true.
So much value. I
Uh,
think this is a keep. I um
hmm.
I am not brave enough to fetch forest. We're on the
Yeah,
play, right?
yeah, we're on the play.
I am not brave enough to fetch forest, but I would go Island Ponder.
Look, I'm with you. Opponent keeps 7, which is cool. Shelf.
Shuffle.
Not the
Not bad.
worst. Yeah.
Yeah, so this deck, as we've established, is not the best league deck due to the prevalence of spell-based combo and fast combo stuff. But we've gotten a game off of all of them. Okay, let's
Brainstorm for
come on, brainstorm. Don't fail me now.
Hmm.
Oh, don't you dare!
Yeah.
We absolutely have to force. We have to force
Yep.
this. I hate that we do, but we do.
Don't you do it. Oh my gosh.
You had the days? Okay. Well, we're further from discarding to hand size now.
That's very true. Okay. One fetch changes everything. Nice. Probably just going... Oh.
Let's go white. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go white.
I like that. Especially because
Stoneforge.
White Plume leads to the forest as well down the line.
Yeah, exactly. I would go Stoneforge for Cauldron.
Yeah. Really pressures him to have the removal spell.
Yep. Especially,
Sure.
yeah, and then we Stoneforge again next turn.
Hmm.
There is an argument for brainstorming first, but there's also the argument for Stoneforging now.
Yeah.
How high do you want to roll? Like, if you want a high roll, how lucky do we feel?
We've been pretty good so far. I mean, like that Swords to Plowshares off the top, the
Yeah, let's
fetch
brainstorm.
land for it.
So let's be brave.
Nice.
That is okay. So let's put away Cauldron.
Yeah.
And put away White Plume.
Cool.
Then we can go. Let's go Stoneforge. Get Cauldron again.
The mind games.
Do Cauldron. It's a double Cauldron deck.
Do you have any thoughts on Rug Delver? I assume there's like an appeal of Tarmogoyf against some of these initiative decks.
I am seeing people winning with it, and I'm not getting it. So,
Okay.
like, clearly it's working for someone somewhere, but it's, yeah, I don't see it.
Hmm. Nice.
That's nice. Let's, yeah, prismatically end that. When we eventually get a basic forest, we'll be unlocked. We're safe from the first Murktide. They have 3 in hand?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, at least as of last turn, they did not have expressive iteration.
Max, you know what happens on stream? You say it, they have it. Come on.
Yep. I was making the game interesting.
So I asked you about like your favorite design of the past few years. What are your thoughts on cards like Prismatic Ending, which kind of push, you know, like you might have seen like sideboards with like Council's Judgment or Disenchant or like other effects. Do you think cards like Prismatic Ending are like, you know, like pushing the forward in a good way, or do you rather not see that?
I like Prismatic quite a bit. I think that threats are being pushed so hard that we should continue to push answers, like Force of Vigor, Prismatic Ending.
That's a good way to put
Like
it.
good answers, I think, are much needed right now. And so if they're going to use supplemental sets to make better answers, I'm happy with that. Like even though ending's like a little bit like it's like it's very very good, right? But it's nice to give answers, main deck answers to Chalice that aren't super narrow and so on. Like I think that's upside. So
Yeah,
that's at
that's
least where
very
I'm at
true.
with it. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm on the fence because I see arguments from both sides. I don't like Magic moving towards say Legacy, where like if you play green, you play these 16 cards and then you build your deck. Like if you want to be like competitive, or if you're playing blue red, then you definitely have like Ponder, Brainstorm, Force, and then X amount of cards otherwise. But I also see the like threat and answer argument, and I do definitely agree with that you can't have threats scaling in a powerful manner but not have the removal keeping up with it. And that's
Yeah, so
why
it's
it's great to have
yeah,
leyline binding in the format for threats like Murktide.
exactly. Hey, exactly. Okay. Well, unfortunately, they're flipping. Let's
Uh-huh.
go brainstorm first.
Nice.
That's
Oh,
good.
Ice
Oh,
Fang,
that's a
sweet.
great draw.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can put away Caldra and I want to say True Name. Or actually, maybe Noble, but it doesn't matter.
That's all good.
So we can plow. What are they doing?
I think they're really thinking about the Force here. Probably like expressive iteration. Oh, it's just a pawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So at this point, I think that we just kind of want to let them.
Attack into Ice Fang.
I think that's like the side play.
Sorry, you just cut out.
Oh, sorry. I was saying like we should just continue to play melee and wait until they actually just attack with Murktide to flash in the Coatl as an ambush
Nice.
viper. Yeah, because they're going to fetch expressive iteration and cast it and all of that. And we don't want them to necessarily think about getting a bolt right now.
Nice.
Like we don't want them to know that's a good play to make. We stay very, very quiet. Make sure that we don't raise suspicion.
Oh, another Murktide. That's not too bad. If that's the card.
It's not too bad. Yeah. Yep. It is not ambush viper because ambush viper doesn't have reach.
I
Okay,
think you're just a trop.
No.
Because that gives us a few ways to get Uro back online, hopefully.
Yeah, you're right. Double blue is good. Let's go trop.
Nice. No days
Oh
is
yeah.
fantastic. I think at this stage in the year, they probably wouldn't have kept the days in hand.
Right, exactly. And we drew the land to get Uro into play, so you love to see it.
Hmm. I think just getting into play is better. We don't need double white, so probably just another green, green, blue, blue. Oh, yeah, because we need another blue source.
Yeah.
Blue, blue, green, green.
Yeah, it's nice that they're hitting us for air quotes only 9 this coming turn because we're not dead to a bolt.
Yes. Very true. Okay.
Now, hopefully, we can just kind of win the race. Shuffle around some Uros. Now I'm sure they're digging for their Brazen Borrower.
Hey Geek, thanks for the raid. Hope you're well and had a good stream. Welcome all those from Gigolo stream. I'm Dukes on Twitch. I'm here with Maxtorion from minmaxblog.com playing some BANT Initiative in game 1 against Blue Red Delver.
It turns out this is a good time for Australians and people on the west coast of the US.
Yes.
What card did they exile?
Apologies, they exiled down the side. A Delver.
Ah. Let's see, 7. So I don't think we need to lead on Hierarch because I don't think it changes our clock. It's 3 attacks.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to say lead on Brainstorm.
Oh yeah, leading on Brainstorm. It's good.
Nice.
Okay, that's really good.
We do get a shuffle as well if the White Plume if really needed.
Yeah, if needed is definitely the operative word because we don't want to risk losing to getting like they're going to take the initiative for sure. So actually at this point I don't mind playing a Hierarch attacking for 7. Like if we put back you know, whatever, White Plume and a Hierarch, doesn't matter in the order.
Nice, and then we have Ice Fang up as well.
Yep. Play Hierarch, attack for 7. Play Ice Fang, block the Murktide, force anything that moves. It's too bad you can't put Hierarchs into play off of Uro, but magic. See, the Delver matchup is pretty close. Getting game 1 will be, I think, really important. Yeah, let's not force that.
Yeah.
We're going to save force for, like, Borrower or another Murktide.
Yeah, especially to come back from missing our second land drop. Like, that can definitely hustle.
Yeah.
And Ice Fang's really nice as, like, a removal spell that draws a card.
Yeah, exactly. Post board, I think we're probably going to cut all 3 White Plumes on the draw.
Okay. Yeah, the carpets seem really strong.
Carpets are great. That was the days?
Correct.
Okay. We could play around days.
Are there many cards you tried out that just didn't really fit? Like any 3-mana threats?
Yeah, quite a few. So let's yep, leaving the planes up is perfect. I mean the 4-mana threat, the Seasoned Engineer, is the card I was trying to make work the most, but just costing 4 was too heavy. I also tried Teferi as well, but I was too clogged up in the 3-drop slot. Teferi became Uro. Basically, without expressive iteration, this deck was prone to having like great acceleration, making a couple plays, and then flooding out.
Yep.
And so
I think what they're doing here is probably just dazing this to return the Sanctuary.
Yeah. But all in all, like I basically worked on this list for like 3 days prior to its launch. But
nice.
I mean, kind of a lot of these decks like build themselves more or less, you know, so nothing too crazy happened.
Okay. With
That's
just
a little
Mystic
troublesome.
Sanctuary left.
Yeah, we can gain life. Fortunately, we have lots of arrows to throw around. So let's attack. Or
Could
yeah,
have
let's
could have
attack.
played this Hierarch, but
That's okay. Can... Nice. Let's play that land. If we can get 2 arrow triggers into play this turn, that like 2 extra ones, that would not be the worst. Let's keep the tapped one for now. And now you can cast, like we can tap the Hierarch to cast the other arrow from graveyard.
Nice.
And then we'll keep the untapped one. Now we can play Hierarch. That
Won't
yeah,
fetch
go
a
Trop.
basic, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't bother fetching because 13 is a nice life total to be at.
Yeah, cool.
And if they fetch to, they're fetching to whatever, and then they're gonna try to grab a, like force their spell essentially, and we win. I think. Like whatever it may be. What's up, Romario?
Hey, Ramar, welcome. Yeah, they're in a tough spot because they get to attack for 6, but then they have to keep a creature back as well. They get the iteration, which is going to be fine.
Yeah, and I mean, if they try to draw into it, like the brainstorm, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Even just being able to loop Uros here is so nice. Like, when your graveyard literally doesn't matter. There's not many decks that I've played recently that don't have Knight of the Reliquary or something else where you actually care about your graveyard, so...
Yeah.
To be able to, like, attack and loop is just so good. And even, like, Prismatic Ending here or something would be able to deal with the Delver.
Yeah, let's ponder first.
Any order?
Jitte.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's get Jitte in. Let's cast that, equip it. And then we draw the force also, which is nice.
Yes.
So as they jump here. Probably soon enough. Oh, force the hell out of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can fetch here because we get down to 6, but then we gain 4 life pretty much off this, and then 3 as well. So it's not like we're putting
I would just hardcast. I mean, there's a force on top too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have been happy with that one.
You would have alternate cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. Fair. We're gonna win this way anyway. Yeah, we don't need to keep 2 true names.
Yeah, that's very true. I think there's really not a world where we need both true names to win that game. So
yeah, so I think cards that are coming out are the White Plumes and at least 2 forces.
Cool. And probably these.
Yeah, and then Wandering Emperor is a maybe as well.
Nice. That's spice.
I mean, it's good at answering Murktide, really.
Yeah, that's very true.
I think Cauldron comes out, Dire Skull comes in.
Cool. I like that.
And I'm happy to run this as is. I'm also happy to swap out 1 to 2 true, like another true name for the second.
Wandering Emperor?
Wandering Emperor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. We are at 62, so if we go down to just 1 true name.
Yeah, let's do that.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, the carpets, for the times that I run carpet in Maverick, it just feels so nice. It's a little bit awkward sometimes when they're struggling on mana and you have Wasteland, but you also want to take advantage of them and their islands, it can be rough, but typically Carpet is just so nice to not have to really worry about, relying on mana dorks and then losing to an end of festivities or something.
Exactly. This hand I think is actually worth keeping. It doesn't
Yes.
have blue, but it's got a bunch of removal and it's got its first 2 land drops set.
Exactly, yeah. Plays around days really nicely as well.
Yeah.
Because you have 3 spells in hand, are you pretty happy just to straight away cast Prismatic Ending?
That's a great question. I think so. But let's see what we draw for turn. They know what we're drawing for turn.
They went to 6 as well.
Yeah, let's go. Now that we have a Quaddle as well for late game Murktide, let's just fire them off.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I've often felt like I should be fine taking the damage at a place, and then Delver's got a lot of reach with all those bolts and Mystic Sanctuaries and stuff. I think we just let's let them reveal. I don't think their life total particularly matters. I do think we're plowing this. I think we're still plowing for what it's worth.
Yeah. Pretty nice just to keep the board clear.
Yeah. Well, we're air quotes
Wow.
missing lands.
Yeah, I did not think they wouldn't have a backup threat, but I guess we don't have a third land. But that's still in a pretty good position, honestly.
Yeah, we're not in bad shape. Not in good shape, but we're not in bad shape.
It's nice that like a carpet off the top would be very live as well.
Carpet off the top would be fantastic.
Wow, nothing from them. The hand quite reactive? Has to be.
Oh, they Pyroblasts all the way down. Ooh, nice draw.
Nice.
Okay. I think we just upkeep fetch and then don't do anything.
Nice.
Like very like Pyroblast and Expressive if it happens, and then end step Quaddle if it doesn't. Like trade it with Pyroblast. Or we can just end step yeah, Quaddle. It's fine. We've got blue spells we need to get out of our hand. They've got Pyroblast they need to get out of their hand.
That's fine. Ooh.
Now we can ponder, try to hit a land.
Yeah, I
Or
like that
stone
actually.
yeah, ponder, try to hit a land.
Nice. Ooh,
Nice.
That's all pretty good.
Actually, let's not even Stoneforge here. Let's get the land and the plow. So we'll draw the land and put the plow on top.
Yeah.
The fact that they're sitting on cards means they're almost certainly just like sitting on removal.
Hmm. Yeah, it's very true.
So, it's not worth losing out on that plow to like accelerate a Stoneforge into a removal spell. And at this point, just like, yeah, throw the Stoneforge into a removal spell.
Probably just getting Batterskull.
Yeah, we're getting Batterskull. We're getting a piece of cardboard to put back into our deck with Brainstorm is really what we're getting. But
Nice. Would you fight over this in any way if they do have a
No.
end step bolt?
Absolutely not.
Nice.
This is just a 2-for-1.
What about expressive iteration?
We're going to Hydroblast Expressive.
Nice.
I really don't want to Hydroblast anything that's not Expressive Iteration, actually.
Hmm. That is
Okay,
fine.
that's fine. Yeah, so let's brainstorm on end step. See if we can't trade with another Pyroblast. Can't.
Nice.
Sad. Okay, so put away. Let's actually redraw the Noble, but we want to put away Batterskull. So Batterskull first, then redraw the Noble. I actually kind of like it on this board.
Yeah, especially having access to all colors while we're just on singles from the basics.
Exactly. So now we can just like plow the Murktide. Cast a Noble. And make sure we fetch before our next draw step.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're basically just grinding them out.
That's
Like,
fine.
yeah, we do not care.
Probably just gonna get another. There we go.
That's yeah.
Get down to two cards.
It is reasonable to force this, but probably not. I don't actually know for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting because like even if like Murktide is a threat they find, like we have the swords for it. Like the force.
Yeah,
could...
let's save the force. Maybe we can just use the force to protect our Uro from the forces of evil.
Nice.
Yeah, Volcanic Island is not too threatening, so let's draw that or fetch that island. Yeah, I think just Uro off of blue, green. Yeah, really, the kind of strategy with this deck against Delver is you don't fight over your threats at all. And you win with whatever scraps are left at the end.
I love that. It's just so nice not have to worry about like Wasteland or anything as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I don't think we should play into a daze. We haven't given them a chance to daze something in a long time. And they've drawn a bunch of cards. That sucks. Let's brainstorm first.
Yeah.
Because that does not fetch anything right now.
It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I guess True Name because we have Uro and Wandering Emperor as threats.
Yeah, I like that.
And then I don't mind drawing the Prismatic Ending next turn with the Brainstorm.
Oh, you mean the Vista?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
The
I mean, at
Prismatic
the very
Vista.
least, it's a shuffle, even if it doesn't find anything.
Just pass.
Yeah. It might be worth, depending. I don't know if it's going to be actual worth it, but to try to get this Wandering Emperor going on end step, maybe.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Bauble's actually pretty nice to know that it's like a card we just don't really worry about. Like now there's only 3 left. The card they draw if it comes in our upkeep.
Yeah.
Murktide.
Very short term down a card. And I think we're going up with Emperor for now, so I don't think we need to use this yet.
Yeah, cool.
And also, if they don't play a land, then we just don't worry about it. Because we can, or yeah. this gets dazed, I'm gonna be so sad. Fuck. Okay, I guess we force it.
Yeah,
Pitching
I'm pretty happy
force.
too.
This might have been a punt.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that was just getting overly confident in our position, but let's brainstorm first. See if we can find a second green source.
Nice.
Hey, we do. Put away those 2 dead fetches. Fetch a tropical island. Yeah, really, this was all just a ploy to get the Pyroblast out of their hand.
Exactly.
Just next level magic.
Pretty happy not to throw this swords into a daze and just allow them to have it.
Yeah, I agree.
I
Especially
wonder if they
since, you know,
get back the
Go on.
Pyroblast with the Mystic Sanctuary, or if they go for expressive.
I think it depends on if they have a way to draw the, like, if they can draw the Pyroblast right now too, I would see that as a very reasonable play. Then, of course, you know, we just recast the arrow.
Yeah, exactly. Are there any good exile effects in blue-red other than like artifact graveyard hate?
Yeah, unlicensed hearse is the big one, surgical. But
I guess,
yeah,
yeah,
the rest of
surgical's
the
quite
deck
nice.
doesn't use the graveyard, so they become pretty narrow.
Have you played much elves? You seem like someone who would really enjoy elves.
It's funny. I mean, Newton's a really good like an IRL friend of mine. And so I have fantastic elves resources. I've even like, you know, he's like sent me articles and stuff to like just things I'd find interesting. And I haven't done it yet. And I think the main reason that I haven't is I'm afraid I'm really going to like it. And I don't want to buy a playset of Cradles.
Yes, yeah, I've heard that. I've actually heard that from a lot of people who are like, I think I would like it if we had like a proxy local scene, but otherwise I don't want to buy the yeah. Okay, so they
I'm
have
glad
one
we
card
held on
left.
to our plow. Yeah, I'm glad we held the plow.
Yeah.
Isn't there? Yeah, they probably. Where's the
just let me-
sanctuary?
Yeah, is that still in hand? They played this for turn.
They brainstorm.
They returned the Mystic Sanctuary. Oh, they did cast the
Maybe
Brainstorm. Okay,
Okay,
that makes
okay.
sense. They're hiding it.
Everything's adding up now. Okay. Let's ponder first.
Wow.
That's a great draw.
Yeah. And this can find Savannah for another white source.
Sure can.
So if we go...
Yeah, let's get the Emperor.
I also like the Jide. Put this on top. No shuffle. So what's this? And
I guess depending upon. Nah, never mind. I like this. I was getting excited and thought that maybe we could have just suited up the Earl right now as well, but this is I think we're in great shape either way.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on just taking out this... Oh, Submerge?
Very rude.
What if I fetch first for the second white source
Yeah,
for the Wandering
fetch
Emperor?
first. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And that's the last card as well, which is nice.
Yeah. Okay, so at this point, I would wait till after they attack? Question mark. The reason being just we don't want to lose the Emperor.
Yeah, that's very true. And we get to play around days here, so I think we're
Yeah.
pretty happy with that. We also just have mana to be able to recast Uro next turn.
Yeah. Things are not so bad. It's obviously not perfect, but
Look, I have
we can
hope.
get there.
Emperor being a threat that plays around Blast as well is just so good.
Yeah.
Wow, they're going to attack first.
Plays around both blasts. Maybe they're just very wisely saving their expressive iteration for to be able to find a bolt to bolt the Emperor. Just next
There we
level
go.
us.
Max with the heads up plays. Nice. I love it. I actually have a Newton on tomorrow, which is cool. So I'll be playing Elves for the first time. But more his like kind of Maverick style-esque version with Fiend Artisan and a few more one-drops than usual. But very, very cool to see him do that.
I played that deck for 4 leagues, and I kind of like tried to go off of my own, like not using any external resources. It was tough.
Yeah, it would be, especially with Fiend Artisan being sorcery speed and like trying to set you up for the following turn, but also knowing if you have to have interaction for your opponent's next turn as well.
Yeah, it's basically it's pod, right? It's a pod deck, but I've never been a great pod player, and so even like if it's not elves, it's still tough. Are we untapping with this Wandering Emperor? Okay.
That was no shuffle. Oh, can we?
We knew about.
Yes. We can get True Name and Hero into play here.
Yes, let's play True Name first.
This one or the one from the bin?
Oh no, I thought we got submerged.
Yeah, of course, that's right. Sorry. Like this, that leaves all colors open.
Yeah, let's go True Name first, for Days reasons. I think we'd rather get the front side of Uro Days than the full True Name.
Smart.
And then also let's plus on True Name. Or no, maybe we just minus to get the 2/2 body.
Yeah.
Because she's dying either way.
Come on. Yeah, and I guess there's really nothing to be worried about with True Name now in play.
Right, yeah. Blue-red doesn't have a way of answering an in-play True Name.
That's fine.
It's actually great because it means our GT is going to connect.
Yeah.
Which I do think is a higher value play than going for Uro this turn because it's much more likely that they'll have Pyroblast than they will have found an answer to GT.
Yes, correct.
Actually, we can do both. We can cast GT if it resolves. Yeah, now we definitely just do the GT thing. Okay, sure. All right, now our decision was made for us.
Yeah. 0 cards in hand for them.
Now they're getting hit by 2014.
I enjoyed that reference.
Yes.
Look, if only you played a Geist. I would love to see a Geist in the 75.
Uh-huh.
I liked it when
I mean,
you
yeah,
go,
go
sorry.
on.
When Dave Lance played a expressive iteration in the sideboard of his D&T deck.
Yes, just to make it better, obviously. Any deck with expressive is strictly better than a version without.
Probably just getting rid of the Brazen here.
Yeah, yeah, kill the barber. Yeah, and now this is the scraps that we're gonna win with.
Nice. Pretty good
Like we had
scraps.
talked about. Yeah, we talked about this like what 8 turns ago. Just winning with some scraps eventually. That's what this is. They
Gotta
are
be.
absolutely pretty good scraps. Yeah. Let's Hydro Blast that.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
No.
Let's not. Let's keep it. We can kill it with Jite.
Yes.
Save Hydro Blast or Expressive.
Nice. Or prismatic.
Yeah, but I think. Yeah, that's fine.
And then we get to save one more counter if we kill the Delver
Yep.
instead.
Yep. Have we used all their Murktides?
I believe they've only used 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Only
one
3.
left.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a world where we are trying to get enough life gain to win a Murktide hit. So yeah, let's kill the Silver now.
Sure. All right, they're shuffled.
Okay.
Nice.
Now we get to ponder.
Ooh, it's all very good. I guess Ice
that's
Fang
all.
draws into another.
Ice Fang draws into let's just as is.
I think Jide answers anything prismatic would anyway.
Yep. Ice Fang into Stoneforge.
Yeah, and we can even hold up the blast with all of this. Again, Max, just good deck building.
Sorry about that. I was coughing a bit, but thank you.
No, that's cool.
And then if we suit up, yeah.
There we go.
They see the batter scroll, they see the true name, and they're like, okay, fine.
Look, I think it was wasn't too far away.
Yeah, so that it is very capable of beating Delver.
Yeah, that was a great showing of the deck against Delver, just where you can kind of assess what you care about and what you don't care about, and even little things like the 2-for-1s definitely add up. And seeing that a lot of our creatures like Ice Fang and Uro and Stoneforge replace themselves is just so nice to have those as a way to kind of counter the cut advantage of expressive.
Right, and then post-board, you really try to leverage the Hydro Blasts as well to just hit expressive on the stack, and then use your 2-for-1s to pull ahead.
Yeah, and yeah, like I wouldn't straight away think of like a 4-mana white Planeswalker as like a good answer for blue-white, but with how the games play out and how your basics allow you just to build out your mana base alongside like Noble Hierarch, it's really good, and it can create like a sub game where they have to care about it as well.
Yeah, for a while I actually had a second Plains in the mana base, but
Nice.
I wanted to fit Caracas, and I do not see any other land I could cut.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but I guess Carpet in a way is your second Plains.
Yeah, Carpet is the second Plains. Yeah, we never saw the Carpets, but
That's life.
they are, so rough. But yeah, obviously that's good. Kind of at a high level, if anyone's watching and interested in trying out this deck, we didn't face control. If you do face control, cut the Noble Hierarchs post board and bring in the Carpets. You are trying to essentially, your game plan is to make Terminus a 1-for-1 as much as possible. It's like one creature that would put you down a card, plus any other creatures that replace themselves can be a reasonable board state, and you kind of try to keep pressure up with that and win that way.
Yeah, that's a great point. Especially looking at the creature base, it's really just the true names and like maybe a Hull Breacher that doesn't replace itself. But I mean, even Hull Breacher can in a way, I guess, with the treasures.
Right.
But yeah, the deck's just such like a well-oiled engine. It feels that you just always have cards in hand, even if your board is quite big.
Yeah, it's very good at beating decks that are trying to play traditional Magic. And like playing to the board, like creatures and attacking and blocking. It's very good at winning those games. It is less good at winning against Tendrils of Agony.
Yes. Are there any slots in the deck that you still kind of see as flex and not too sure on?
Oh, the entire sideboard. Like basically all of these sideboard decisions, like Hull Breacher, can easily be Flusterstorm. The Council's Judgment can be something that's, if you're not expecting like, you know, a huge amount of initiative, you can play Force of Negations in that slot. Like you could configure this deck to probably have a more balanced matchup profile. So that's something that if you're trying to pick this up that you could play. The main deck I think is pretty tight at this point, but the sideboard is really just a dealer's choice.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels really nice. And it's good to see us like go down against combo and then up against the decks that this deck targets, which is really nice.
Right. It might be that the deck currently as configured is slightly too good against the decks it's trying to beat and slightly too bad against the decks it's losing to. To where I think like say like on a scale of 1 to 10, like your 5 is your 50-50. If we're at like an 8 against the fair decks, but like a 3.5 against the combo decks, if we can push the 3.5 to a 5 and still have our 8 go down to like a 6.5, I think that's okay. But it really just depends upon the field you're trying to target. So like, don't take this deck as like I think the main deck is pretty tight, but as far as the sideboard goes, build it to beat the decks you want to beat. Just decide what those are and realize that if you don't anticipate combo, you will probably lose to it. You might be able to cheese out a couple wins just by attacking them before they can kill you, but it got some holes as far as that goes. And people aren't playing Plague Engineer too much right now, which is part of the reason that this deck is doing well. It's very vulnerable to Plague Engineer.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I'll be back in 1 second. Do you just want to sign out and let you know, let people know where they can find you? Maybe talk a little bit about the MinMax blog?
Of course, yeah. So MinMax blog is minmaxblog.com. It's a site that I, Max, and my friend Min host. Obviously, it's named very cleverly. Thank you. And although Min and I haven't been doing too much writing ourselves these days, we've been hosting some of our friends who have been putting up absolutely top-notch primers on some of the best decks in Legacy. So very recently we had XJ Cloud write a primer on the mono. And then if you want to get my thoughts, I've been shit posting frequently on Twitter. That's twitter.com at Maxtortion, as you see on screen, spelled that way. And I post about what decks are working for me, what's not. Right now, I'm actually really high on Cephalid Breakfast. Been kind of crushing with that, playing Baleful Strix in that deck. And so you'll see a lot of thoughts there with that deck currently. Obviously, Doomsday, these Stoneblade Initiative decks, the Initiative Stompy decks. I have nothing against Delver. I'm just a little bit sick of playing it at this point. I started with playing Delver about a decade ago, and so at this point, when I sleeve up Delver, my brain kind of turns off, so I play worse. But it's a very good deck. You just won't see much of me playing it. But obviously, so that's me in a nutshell. That's where to find me. That's where to get my thoughts and get the thoughts of writers better than I am. So hope you enjoy.
Thanks, Max. Hey, a huge thank you for coming on as well. It was
And thank you for
pleasure
inviting me.
having you on.
This is
And always cool to see you splash into the green territory. And always cool to see.
I mean, anything to get you to play a ponder.
Yeah, anything for me to keep an island ponder hand.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, it's kind of it's fun to see where our domains overlap, and it definitely is this deck. This deck is a very Mavericky deck.
Yeah, it's sick. Nice guys. Well, a huge thank you for coming in and watching. If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter and YouTube here. I'm gonna be back in 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours with John Yannick, aka Dreadnought, playing Naya Depths, which is pretty sweet. Probably just playing DN Solver's list, who won both challenges on the weekend, which is a pretty big feat. But yeah, thanks, Max.
You're triple
all the best.
You're triple booked today. This is yeah. Thank you for doing this for the community as well. Like this is, I've obviously have had a great time tonight, and I am going to be asleep when you're doing your next video. I watched a lot of your first one, and I'll catch the VOD in the morning.
Nice, very cool to hear. Yeah, tonight I have John Yannick playing Naya Depths, and then tomorrow morning Newton playing Elves, and then tomorrow night will be Ali on Lands to finish it off. So yeah, pretty cool to get some big names on. So looking forward to that. But yeah, we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Thanks.